Here is the next job site. So I got the 2150 and I just got the Hydrema moved over here because it's Saturday afternoon, so I'm not gonna get a whole lot done today. So I got the Pete in the shop getting some upgrades done on it, so I had to finish making sure I could get the air brakes to work on the International. So that's a little interesting hauling these two machines over here since it's a little heavier than what the truck is. But basically what I got going on here is they're going to build a new home. It's going to have a basement, and right in here where the excavator's parked is the garage, and then that's the house part of it. So for today I'm probably just going to strip all the grass off and kind of get my points lined out, but it's kind of going to be a little backwards. I do have to level out where the house is at, but then we're going to build up where the garage and the back porch is what goes around that corner is at, and make it level with where I'm standing. So it's gonna be about 7 feet of fill on half of it, and then around the back. And there's actually a sewer easement through the woods, and there's a great big pile of fill, or I guess a hillside, that we're gonna be able to dig into. The guys bought 100 loads of fill. I figure it'll take, I don't know, 85 to 95. So, but I gotta get the dozer moved over here next week and the roller, but I need it at the job where we're finishing the driveway. So I'm at a little bit of a stopping point over there. I got the crawl space done. I'm going to get the road done Monday, and then this guy's really wanting to get going on this so this clay can be packing in and settling, because the concrete guy's still, it's the same concrete guy that's going to do the other crawl space, so he's still a little ways out. But yeah, basically we'll use the Hydrema to run down the sewer easement and load up the fill, bring up here and build up the garage and that back porch, and then I'll put it in at about 8 or 12 inches, roll it in with the roller, and then just build it up. And then when the concrete guys are ready, we'll have to come back and dig back down to the virgin ground here so they can set walls and forms for the garage, because you're supposed to dig on virgin ground. The guy, we talked about trying to do the basement and the garage first, and then I get inside there with the 260 and the compaction wheel, but he liked the idea of running the sheep's foot better, so we're going to go this route where we fill it all in, run it over, and then let it settle. And then I'll come back and dig a great big wide footing so those guys can get in there and set forms on the basement and the garage and get it all poured, and then we'll come back to backfill. Well, we've made it back over to the, I don't know, I guess we'll call it basement jobs. I don't really have to dig a basement. We're going to, like I said, now this is where we're going to add all the fill or the clay in here in the garage area and the back porch. So I do have to do a little bit of digging on the basement, because that stake right there is the corner of the house and the garage. Then there's going to be a front porch that goes up in there. I got to kind of dig out, and then I do have to cut that and get it leveled up. I'm actually waiting on the homeowner to, I can't remember, he didn't ever send me the prints on his wall heights and stuff. So, but what I'm going to do now is, I know at least it's the corner, that stake that's leaning over is where the garage and the house wall meet, which is the lowest point of the garage. So I got to kind of daylight everything out to there at least, if I don't have to go down any further. But, and yeah, we're supposed to have like rain for like 30 minutes or something. But I was gonna start cutting some of this junk out of this hillside and this organic stuff, kind of see what we got. Looks like a little bit of, I don't know, trash or softer stuff in here, dirt. I'm guessing, I'm saying that road was probably built up whenever they built this subdivision. And these are some of the last lots available in it, so it's just kind of whatever can be dumped or thrown off the side. But it does look like I'm getting down to some clay, or at least some decent rock material, so we can actually use it in the yard. The brain's coming down a little better now. So worst case, on the outside of the clay, like if he's wanting to clean some of that off, we can throw it in there and kind of just blend it in here, as long as, like I said, he's not going to try to build on it or anything like that. This kind of scraped out, and then check back in with you guys. Yeah, that's these are stumped. I probably just started pushing stuff off there, so. I may not have to get super crazy with it. Like I said, we're gonna bridge over the top of it with 5 or 6 feet of clay, and that's gonna be in the center of the garage, but still yet, I don't wanna leave something soft down there and then 5 or 10 years the floor in his garage starts settling or cracking or something. So yeah, we'll just kind of have to see what we got. We got that all kind of cut out, rolled back in. I got that soft spot dug back out, rolled it in. I tracked the excavator down the little easement here. It's maybe, I don't know, 50 or 60. It's not as far as what I thought. So now I'm in the Hydrema. I was just going to show you guys. I'm going to go in here and change. You can see I've dumped 215 loads. That's when I reset it, I guess, the last time. So yeah, go down here to 6, reset counters to 0, and then reset. Oh, that's the trip. You gotta watch. It says trip counter to 0 and reset tip counter. So we'll go down here to 3, and now it's back to 0. Now my belt is squeaky, but now, yeah, now let's see if you can. We're at 0 because he paid for 100 loads, which this thing holds 8 yards, and our normal tandem loads are 10 yards. So yeah, I can actually get, you know, like 100 and I can't do the, you know, the quick math or whatever, 120 or something like that. So I think it's only going to take about 95, so it may take 100 115 loads in this truck, depending on how much more we cut into that hill and go around there. So I gotta get some belt dressing. It quits in a little while, but it's kind of annoying when it first starts. So yeah, now we'll where we gotta get the clay from. There's 2 piles. This is the closest one. It actually looks a little bit better. Like it's got a little more moisture and it's a little more red. Try to save all these trees. I have to almost back now. There's a little spot here I can turn around. Once I get started, it may be about as easy just to back. But this is one of the other jobs that I bought this truck for. Tighten that up and bring some belt dressing tomorrow. It'll be slightly annoying at first trying to load because I don't have a ton of room. But yeah, because that's just kind of down through here, and then once I get some more of this opened up, it'll get a little easier. But actually, this whole area I'm sitting on is all that we can use because it drops off quite a ways down here. That's probably 12 or 15 feet down, so it's a pretty good sized pile. The other piles over there are sitting by that old, I think that's a John Deere excavator. And this is this subdivision's, I guess, one of their big retention ponds. You can kind of see, I don't think it gets used very often, but yeah, so if I wanted to, that one's just kind of piled up in the trees and such, and there's that other guy over there loading out of it, and it looks a lot more dry and tan, where this has a lot more of the red tint to it. And quite a few ring snakes, it looks like. So yeah, I'll just kind of start digging my way in here. Once I get in here a little ways, I'll be able to drive around and spin around a little bit easier, but we'll just kind of start in this corner and work our way in. here to this pile because that stuff wasn't bad, but it started getting a lot more dirt and just junk in there, where this is mostly rock. It does have a little bit of clay in it, but it's just really, really dry. But it's a lot more rock and a lot more consistent. That other stuff had some clay and then like layers of dirt and brush and concrete blocks. So yeah, I think this will make a lot better pad. Like I said, it's a little on the dry side, but maybe once we get down to the middle of this pile, there'll be a little more moisture in it. And like I said, nothing else. It's pretty much just all rock, so come on. One little tree. I'll take one little tree out, but so this will work a whole lot better than trying to sift through that other. It's a little further, it's not real far away. I mean, it's just, I was right over there. I could drive down the road, but I don't want to have to any rocks and junk bouncing out of here, so we'll just get a few more loads for this evening. I may knock that down and roll it in. I don't know if I got another lift, but I thought about trying a few of these and see how it works and kind of go from there. Stuff's obviously been here for a while, though they just dumped it. I gotta say it's been here for a while. They got all these trees and this brush and stuff growing up in there, but it'll work. Try to get me a little spot cut where I can get the truck just a little closer next time. got about 6 hours in, 7 loads of fill dirt moved from over there, and I guess we'll just call it maybe 1 lift, even though I kind of leveled some of that out and rolled that in. And the homeowner stopped by, kind of got a game plan lined out, so I'm actually going to cut out more of this where the driveway's at and kind of waste it on the outside over there, and then the basement's actually going to jog out. He's kind of changed some of his plans. He's going to have like a safe room storage area that'll basically be under the front porch of the house. So, and these stakes aren't exactly where the house is going to sit, but it's going to bump out here like 18 feet and then go over and then back in. So I have to dig out a bunch of that, but then he also wants to add it to the other side of the house over there and kind of grade that out. So when it's all said and done, I'll kind of have a pad built up for the garage, the hole cut out for the basement and all that, and then kind of dressed up and graded around the sides and stuff. So we got to have plenty of room to waste a lot of this material, because he owns all the way over. There's actually a couple trees I'm gonna have him, he's gonna have me take out to get closer to that property line over there. So, but yeah, not too bad for the first afternoon, I guess. So we'll get back early tomorrow and hit it hard and hopefully get, I don't know, maybe halfway up on this basement. I'm gonna actually start dumping a little further back and be a little easier with the dozer to push it forward instead of having it dumped in there and then having all of it up against here. So yeah, get everything, or we've already got everything fueled up and greased and parked for the night. So we will catch you guys in the morning.